Do you have a kind mind? That's my question to you. When you see someone, do you immediately look at them with wonder and love, curiosity? Or do you assess their appearance, their social status, their goodness or badness? Do you make value judgments? But more importantly, the question is, how do you greet and approach your own self? How does your mind greet you when you get up in the morning? Do you give yourself that list of to-dos or chastise yourself for the stuff that didn't get done yesterday? When you look in the mirror, or maybe you won't look in the mirror, do you start to put on your clothes? Do you judge and evaluate your form, your shape, your size? How kind is your mind? And how kind is your mind towards yourself? Because I'm willing to bet that there's some correlation in terms of how kind our mind is to ourselves and to others. And some of us may be a little kinder to ourselves than to others. Some of us may be kinder to others than ourselves. But yeah, I bet you there's a rough correlation. And so what we will often do, however, right, is we have unkind thoughts about our unkind thoughts, right? We magnify it. When we judge ourselves, we might get mad at ourselves for doing that. When we judge others, we get mad at ourselves for doing that. And so how can we be loving of ourselves when our mind can be unkind? When the mind can really take a deep spin into negativity. So many years ago, my teacher, Paul Muller-Ortega, talked about a formula that was given to them by Maharishi Mahesh Yogi. And that formula or mantra is very simple. And it's, "Oh, my mind, be good to me." And they were taught to practice this when that negative feedback loop started gearing up. And ever since I learned that, I too have practiced that. So my mind starts to get negative. It does all those loops and jumps and hoops and sets up barriers for its own self. And it's like, okay, oh, my mind, be good to me. So I'm presenting it, but I'm also going to present to you a little modification, because what I found over time is I could even start to get judgy about, "Oh, my mind, be good to me," because I would have my own judgments about what being good meant. Right. Yeah. So that's when I changed it to, oh my mind, be kind to me. Because to me anyway, kindness, it's kind of simpler than goodness. It's pretty direct. You know, it implies patience and compassion and forgiveness. It's the way we'd like to treat our children and our animals and ourselves. I say like to because we don't always, for sure. But it's how we aspire to treat, well, perhaps everyone, but particularly those who are dependent on us. And so I've changed that to, oh my mind, be kind to me. And I'm simply imploring the mind to kind of switch its tactic. I'm not chastising it, I'm not punishing it, right? And then over the years, I've added a couple of additions to the mantra, right? And those are simply saying, oh my mind, be kind to me. I thank the mind. I say thank you. And I'm doing it for two reasons. I'm thanking my mind for being kind to me, maybe sort of in advance, you know. And I'm also thanking my mind for what it is and for what it does. Because the truth is that our minds are on guard practically 24/7 with the intention of protecting us, of helping us bypass threats and dangers, of giving us direction when we don't know what else to do. Right? And sometimes those minds can be pretty bossy and judgy, as we've said. But they're really looking out for our own well-being. They just happen to go into overdrive because they get anxious and they worry that they're not doing the best job they could. And so I say to myself, oh my mind, be kind to me. Thank you. Thank you for being kind to me. Thank you for just being there for me. And then, guess what? My mind, I love you. And we've been talking about self-love a lot and saying I love you to ourselves. I'm just inviting us now to be loving and grateful to one of those parts of ourselves that actually kind of pisses us off the most, right? I mean, you know, we don't like our aches and our pains, and we get mad at them, and sometimes we're not very good at offering love to our aches and our pains and even our grief and our loss. But we can sympathize with ourselves for those things. Whereas we tend not to be very sympathetic to our judgy, arrogant mind, you know? But it's there for us. Like I said, practically 24/7. And it's doing the best job it knows how. And so why not? Why not thank it? And why not tell it we love it? Because we already know that when we tell our pain we love it, it diminishes. Doesn't shout at us so much. And when we tell our loss and our grief and our heartache and our sorrow that we love it, it responds to the compassion. And so to tell our judgy, analytical, watchful, protective mind that we love it, I think we just might find that it too begins to relax. To calm and to quiet. If we try to tell it to just shut up and go away, what do we know? It just gets louder and more repetitive in those feedback loops. And so I invite you to do this right now. Let your eyes close. And it doesn't take much to tune in to the self-judging mind, the other judging mind, and simply say to yourself, "Oh, my mind, be kind to me." Thank you. I love you. Oh, my mind, be kind to me. Thank you. I love you. And if you find that in doing this, the mind quiets down, you experience a greater sense of spaciousness, of compassion, of loving kindness within your mind and for yourself, that most likely when you begin to think of that person or situation that really angered you, frightened you, worried you, you may be able to think of them too, of that too, with greater love, greater compassion.